This is Fatboy Mark Jabroni, and you've tuned in to the heterosexual cavalcade of Uberswank. Stay tuned for a solid hour of awesome Canadian music right here on 93.5 CHMR-FM.
I haven't had a person yet not like the name of the show.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So, this is Fatboy Mark Jabroni, joined in studio by
Charlie Acourt.
Well, I don't need to ask you to speak up, obviously.
No, I got my mom's gift to gab.
And you are in here to chat about your appearances at the ECMAs and the ECMAs in general, I guess?
Yeah, I'm so happy that they're back in St. John's, actually. It's been a few years. I came over for Music NL Awards a couple of years ago and had such a blast because I'm good friends with Chris Kirby here in town, who produced not the new record, but the record before, Triumph and Disaster, that came out in 2012. And so when last year when they made the announcement of when that it was coming to St. John's, I'd been just counting down the days on the calendar. So I'm happy that they're here and having a good time of it. Lots of music, lots of people getting around to see what other bands are putting down for their stuff right now, and it's fun to see what everyone's doing these days.
All right, so shall we stick on one of your songs, see what people can expect next time you're on stage?
Absolutely. This is from the new record. This is the album's called Come On Over, and I recorded it in Australia last year, and we put a digital EP out of 6 songs last fall, and now we just got the hard copy goods on CD, the full album with the 10 tracks, and the title track is the single that's out, so come on over.
On 93.5 CHMR-FM.
Come on over to my house, baby. Come on over to my house. Come on over to my house, baby. Come on over to my house. Water tastes like wine. Water tastes like wine. Come on over to my house, baby. Come on over to my house. Don't mean nothing if there's no fire. Don't mean nothing if there's no
The Newfoundland and Labrador Laubach Literacy Council, Inc. is seeking individuals across Newfoundland and Labrador interested in helping others reach their full literacy potential by becoming a tutor. Training is provided. If you're interested in becoming a tutor or if you know someone who is in need of a tutor, please call. All services are free. For more information, contact Sherry Humber at 634-1441 or email laubach.adprojects@gmail.com.
And we are back. This is Fabo Mark Jabroni. I guess we'll call this the ECMA Cavalcade of Uberswank.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's a good handle.
Yeah. So, back in studio with Charlie Acourt, your new album, Come On Over, and you're here in town for the ECMAs.
Yeah, been spending a few days, got in on Wednesday and played a couple shows already, and I've got one final show tonight. This is the show that Chris Kirby puts together. It's called the Soul Food Kitchen Party.
Okay.
And it's down at Granite and by Portobello's, and the show goes from 6 to 9. I'm on at 8 o'clock, and basically what it does, it's Chris puts these great shows together where he brings in the artists and showcases the material of artists who he's either co-written with or produced for. So the lineup tonight includes myself, Tim Chasen, who Chris has had a bunch of cuts on his latest record that's doing really well on the country charts. Brianna Gauss here from St. John's. A new artist out of New Brunswick. His name is Tyler Hache.
Huh?
And Keith Mullins, who's from Cape Breton, who happens to be my drummer, but he also has his own solo career, and they worked together on his last record that they had gone down to Cuba to record. So Chris, basically it's like putting together a musical family reunion at ECMAs and inviting the public out too. So it's a lot of fun, and we'll have a good time with it tonight. And unfortunately, that's the last one for me because Keith Mullins and myself and our bass player Kev Corbett, the three of us have to fly out at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning because we play just outside Calgary tomorrow night. So we got a long day of travel tomorrow and then set up for one of the shows. So no rest for the wicked, as they say.
Oh, even for the extremely wicked. At least you don't have to drive it, I guess.
Yeah, that would not be even. We'd have to have one of those flux capacitors, and if someone's got a DeLorean kicking around, that would help too.
Yes. So shall we spin another song?
Would love to, yeah.
Okay.
This is track number 2 is called A Different Kind of Love. This is a tune that I co-wrote with the album's producer.
On 93.5 CHMR-FM, A Different Kind of Love.
Did my best to love you. Seems simple enough. I've been trying so hard, but I'm falling apart. And the plans you had just weren't for me. 'Cause your heart has gone to another place, and there's emptiness inside. There's an open million space, 'cause she found a
Hi, this is Jeremy Rice from The Times, and you're listening to CHMR 93.5 FM.
And we are back live on the air, since someone was not fully aware of how things were going on around here.
Oh, geez, I'm glad I had my zipper up.
Yes, because that's...
Wait, this is radio.
Yes.
Well...
That's not a camera in front of you.
Don't have pants on. Doesn't matter.
It seems to happen a lot around here.
That's why I love radio.
The freedom of radio.
Yeah.
So, how many songs were you wearing pants on this album?
Well, it was all optional, so it really didn't matter. But it was, that being said, from the perspective of fun, it was a fun record to make. We did this in Australia. I did this in Sydney when I was there on tour last year, and worked with a fellow by the name of Mark Lizotte, and he goes by the stage name of Diesel, and he's like the Colin James of Australia. All right, so he's, he kind of came on the scene there at the same time, had a string of top 10 hits across Australia with his kind of blues rock sound. So, I'd gotten down there and had done some touring with him a couple times, and one conversation led to another, and the next thing we know, we're talking about, well, let's do some songwriting, and then that went to the next level. Well, let's talk about doing some recording and have you produce. And, it was a lot of fun for a lot of different reasons, because it brought me out of my comfort zone in terms of what I had gotten used to doing, or the process that I had gotten used to as a recording artist in the approach that I'd often taken on my last records. And this was a great opportunity to really shake up my perspective on how to track and how to put together songs specifically to take into the studio, and to even to work on stuff that I didn't necessarily have as much of a stake in not creatively, but it's when you're collaborating, it's always great to keep your mind's eye open on things that just, even if you didn't necessarily write them, but stylistically really fit for the project. And this next song is like the perfect example of that. It's this is a tune that is a co-write between Diesel, guitar superstar Joe Bonamassa, and this is a tune that they wrote years ago and had demoed, but had never done anything with it in their own respective careers. So it was one of those ones that just kind of sat in the vault for them until the opportunity for us to sit down and look at getting songs ready for this album. And I just loved the groove. I loved the guitar on it. And that's one of the reasons why recording this was so much fun, because it felt like I was playing these songs live already. So it was a good like meter, like a meter stick test. If I felt like these songs were something that I wanted to play live and rock out to, that's the kind of vibe I wanted to have in the recording studio. And that's one of the reasons why it was so much fun. You get used to, when you're in the recording studio and you're under that microscope, a lot of times you're like, I'll just do it again. I'll just do that again. I'll do that one again. I'll do it again. Let's do it again. No, I got one more in me. Let's do it again. And this time around, it was like, okay, imagine I'm playing this live, and I've got one shot live to do it. And so that's often the approach that we took in terms of like bringing the energy to these songs. And so this one in particular, it's quickly become one of my favorite songs to play live.
Huh? So that's No Slack, Feelings Gone?
That's the one.
On 93.5 CHMR-FM, let's listen for a little undertone of nervousness, shall we?
Now you're on your
gray areas are often its most interesting, meeting both moments of atmospheric darkness and of musical progress. If you like the idea of that mix, join me every Thursday at 7 for Grayscale Sounds. You'll hear an old and new mix of prog, symphonic metal, folk rock, synth pop, gothic rock, jazz rock, new wave, power metal, and more. This is music unafraid to be dramatic and committed to exploring the dark sides of life. I think you'll enjoy what I've got in store Thursdays at 7 p.m. on 93.5 CHMR-FM.
Some bold choices that young fella's making.
Yeah, I bet, huh?
Yeah. And so this is Fabio Mark back with the ECMA cavalcade of Uberswank with Charlie Acord live in studio talking about his new album, his performance tonight, and the ECMAs in general, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a part of the scene here on the East Coast. There's just so much happening, even on provincial levels. You know, every province has got some real strong gems coming out of them right now, and then to see them all get together for one big celebration is always a good time, and never hurts out in St. John's, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It takes a musician to, we were listening to the news before we came on, it takes a musician to feel the pain of the people who lost those guitars.
Oh man, that poor guy in New Brunswick, just hearing that story, it breaks my heart. And I hope, you know, yeah, if you're a musician who knows what any of those guitars look like, keep a lookout at your favorite pawn shop, because unfortunately I know from experience that if you get something stolen, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't get taken to a pawn shop in your hometown. It gets taken to some place outside, somewhere else in the region. If you know this guy that got his stuff stolen in New Brunswick, and you're living in Nova Scotia or PEI or anywhere else in the region, keep your eye open, because you never know just how far that ends up traveling. Because that's just wrong. It's just such a sin. I hear sad stories about musicians getting their tools of the trade stolen from them. It's always a downer. But you know, there's every once in a while you hear the stories where it gets returned to them one way or the other. So I'm always happy when I hear that side of the story too.
Sometimes it's nice to hear that there's a little bit of blood on it when they get it back.
Yeah, well, whoever had the nerve.
I'm sorry, this one guitar got smashed somehow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So let's chat about your website and your various social media, shall we?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's look at the day, look at the lives we live in right now. You know, it's everything's uploaded and online, and you know, it's about bringing the music to the people, and sometimes it's about bringing people to the music. And social media is just it's such an integral part now of any artist's, you know, medium to connect with their audience. So I love using Snapchat, and I love using Twitter and Instagram and Facebook for that reason, and the way that even all those different platforms can interconnect when you're carrying on a conversation online is great. And when stuff happens in real time, like Periscope, for instance, it's interesting how quick Periscope has taken off just in the last couple of weeks. But you know, when there's stuff happening in real time that you know would have a social impact on people, you know, we have the means to disseminate. You know, unfortunately there's the means to disseminate half-truths and inaccuracies, but there's also the power that we have to disseminate the truths of situations, and sometimes they're grave, and sometimes they're lighthearted, and sometimes they're polarizing. But you know, to be a musician in an age where we have these tools at our fingertips is a great way to spark conversation. And it's not always about, hey, come to this gig, this is where I'm playing next, buy my stuff. But it is, you know, art by its very nature is meant to be a conversation starter in some form or another. And so now we've just moved it to a different form, and in a way that is a lot more encompassing of people from different walks of life with different opinions, different worldviews, different politics, different beliefs. and I've, it's become a bit of an equalizer in the sense of, everyone's got a bit of a soapbox to stand on now, but it's a unifier in that sense, as much as it can be used to, it's like anything good, you've got to use it for the powers of good instead of just, being bullying or being demeaning or hiding behind what you think is on anonymity and, thinking that there's no repercussions to what you say or do online, but instead using it for something that is intended to be, something more of a brighter conversation. And I think that's important to keep that in mind when whatever it is we do as a profession, if it involves using anything social media, about being a little more conscientious of the things we say and do online and how that impacts people, because we should be using it to bring ourselves together as opposed to driving people apart. And so I'm a big proponent of using it in what I do online, because it's just an extra avenue of expression.
And it's certainly convenient when you want to post pictures of kittens and puppies wrestling.
Oh man, that's such the best. I love looking at that. I'm lost in that for hours and just watch a bunch of GIFs of some cat hanging off a branch with the caption that says "Hang in there." That's the best.
So you're watching GIFs? Not even videos, you're just watching still pictures.
That's all. That's just it. I only have 3 to 5 seconds to watch anything, so it's got to be good.
And that's the creative genius at work, ladies and gentlemen. So on that note, shall we spin another song?
Yeah, I'd love to play a co-write that Kirby and I did. This is a tune called "Back on the Love," and this was a song that we wrote a little while ago. And we were talking about using social media for something that's has the power of good, and that's kind of what this song is about. Back on the Love. It's about being positive about where you are in your own headspace, where you are in life, and trying to take things with a little bit more of an upswing.